This may be a little bit of a weird topic, but after, even though I should not let this get this to me, because Dion, you're not a horrible person, even though a lot of people tend to see it that way. But honestly, it's just how a lot of awful people has acted. And by the way, the reason why I decided to use this adorable thumbnail of Todd from Pokemon, because I grew up with Pokemon, plus Todd is such an underrated male character in the series, is because I like to film. And it's been like this for years, so to speak. Even though I don't have, like, well, I'm way far from having, like, great equipment than a lot of people on YouTube and whatnot. Because I only use a Samsung Galaxy S4 phone, and I have a MacBook that's really old and it doesn't run well. The thing is that I had a weird yet disturbing incident earlier tonight, right? And I didn't do anything wrong whatsoever, even though I felt like I did, right? The thing is that I was walking to the Walmart just to get myself something for dessert while I'm still with my pups until Sunday morning. I'm going to be missing them a lot, even though I'm supposed to have them again in the next 2 weeks. My mom said I want to have them for like 2 days. Well, by then, because a day is not enough. Because I like sleeping with them. So I'm getting off topic here, but the thing is that when I was walking, just to show like how crowded the car wash was, because they're supposed to having like a little Halloween I guess you could say event going on with the place. It was so packed that I have never seen so many cars on one lot before. I find it really interesting, and I thought, Dion, why not just film it and just show around, especially when this time of year just to get out of my comfort zone. And why as soon as I was walking to the crosswalk, or the sidewalk, so to speak, right? Not the crosswalk. That's me crossing the street. You know, it was crossing the street. The thing is, I hate using this term. The male version of a Karen, a Kevin, right? A white, this would be more detail if you don't know whom he was in the video, right? A white Kevin that had a flashlight, whom is supposed to be one of the, I guess you could say, employees that actually worked at a car wash, told me, buddy, get a, like, I forgot what he said exactly, because I don't want to look back on that video, because it makes me uncomfortable, as it is. He just says, keep going, like, stop filming my business, or something. But the thing is that I'm out in public. I'm not doing anything wrong. I mind my own business. I just was curious that they were having a unique event going on, right? And the thing is that they never have, like, the car wash, like, open at night, at least from what I know. I don't know what time car washes usually close, because it was a new one that has been open since the summer, I think, at least late spring. I'm not sure. It's a really new car wash, right? It's called something Car Wash Express. I forgot the name of it. And part of it for my voice, by the way, is just a little bit late. I'm always tired. My voice is much higher pitch in person, so just a little heads up. That's why it might sound a little deep, but it's way far from it. I just continue my business, and a couple girls actually was curious to ask in their car that if I make YouTube videos, right? And I told them yes. You know, I just started this channel because I kind of moved on from my other channel because I just didn't like the way it was turning out, I suppose, especially with someone stalking me, which they were doing illegally by giving out where I live, which they're not supposed to, right? Because I didn't give out any of that information, even though I guess you could say I show, like, my neighborhood where I live. I just had enough, right? And basically the girls actually asked if I have a YouTube channel, and I told them my username because why not, right? Even though I have social anxiety and I don't like to interact with people, I didn't mind. I was just walking to Walmart and my own business. And the funny thing is, I did film like the back of the car wash. I mean, I feel like as though I'm gonna go to prison just for this. I know this is stupid because I'm overreacting. I know, because let's just say I had a couple bad incidents that I would get in trouble just for the smallest reasons, especially when I was arguing with an acquaintance that I knew in the past that wanted to call the police on me just because we had an argument, right? I didn't fight her, of course, and she wanted to make some lies and wanted to get me arrested. This is why it's really hard to trust people. But the thing is that that employee just was being a Kevin by telling me just go on, don't be filming like my business or company. But the thing is that this is a public place, right? I mean, the car wash is literally outside. I mean, okay, that's the same thing for the companies, but like literally, it's, I don't understand it. From what I even see, because I know this is like this for every, you know, like building that you go to, there will be surveillance cameras, right? Like literally, you are just being watched on camera, of course. So that's the point, right? So that people won't be stealing any property or just doing any type of crime or so-called trespassing. And I just felt foolish because of how I just want to film, that amazing car wash because I was really impressed of how they actually took the time to be a little bit creative by, showing what's going on in the back. Like literally, like you can see it, right? I mean, I just don't understand it. Like I'm in trouble with this because they literally have it out to the public for anyone to see, right? Like it was literally in front of me, like seeing the cars going out of the car wash because of how one of the workers there that dresses up as those monsters, that would scare them. I thought that was cool. That's why I wanted to film that, honestly. Even though I was walking and I was on the sidewalk, right? I wasn't like that close to the car wash. It's not like I was inside the car wash. I mean, I would get killed because of the sharp fans, I think, or what the hell it's called to clean the car wash. But I just don't understand how I'll just get in trouble for this. Like it's been bothering me for a little bit because I just wanted to share around of how's like where I live without someone telling me, oh, you cannot be filming us or you cannot be filming this public place. I don't understand it. It's not like you're filming inside someone's house or inside someone's garden. I don't know, right? Or at least maybe like a private building or maybe in a hospital, for example. I think you can film in hospitals. Maybe this depends on the circumstance. I don't know. Because I remember when I gotten like forced to be kicked out when I still had horrible symptoms. I literally want to get the phone out of the phone out of my pocket just to like document that I'm being mistreated, right? And one of the nurses told me you cannot be filming in here, and I'm not sure they tricked me because of my mental state because I was allergic to marijuana by making me delete the phone. I mean, deleting the video off of my phone because I know I didn't delete it, right? It's kind of like I was being unconscious, kind of. But that's kind of like relating to it, so to speak. It bugs me because it's as though I would get in trouble just because I knew that, well, that's supposed to be so-called private property, I think, even though they technically have surveillance cameras and whatnot. I mean, I'm outside, and that's a darn car wash. Like you're out in public. You're not in a private space. I don't know. I feel I'm a horrible person for this. I feel like if I could say this in a Reddit perspective, I'm the asshole. That's because I want to just film, out in public and just share, how it's like where I live, especially them doing that little cool Halloween event, right? I mean, just feeling like outside of the car wash, right? Nothing bad or anything. Just mind my own business. And I just remember him pointing that flashlight at me just because I had the flashlight while I was filming. And then he's being a little bit of a smart aleck, right? I mean, I wasn't doing anything wrong, right? And the funny thing is, I always pass through that car wash all the time. So it's kind of funny just because they did that event, I would get in trouble for it. They didn't tell me I'm trespassing or, I kept walking. I didn't argue or anything, of course not. And I'm on my own business, even though I feel proud that I spoke up for myself that Kevin needs to have a better attitude and that I can film him in public, right? Because I'm trying to get used to this because let's just say that I got this mindset that, oh, if you're filming out in public, it's illegal, right? It's not. Like, you can film like any type of, well, at least majority of restaurants, I'm sure, right? And just being out in public, there's nothing wrong with that, honestly. I just don't understand it. It's not like you're filming inside a bathroom. That's way different. Or just, there's a place where people change, like, their clothes. Or even at the gym, in the bathroom or whatever. Or filming someone just, I don't know. It's hard to explain it. That would be different. But this is, like, out in public. Not inside a public building, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to explain it. Like, nothing bad or anything. But I just felt a little bit awful because one of the workers that dressed in those costumes saw me and, well, I'm sure they did, or at least they saw the flash because it's really bright, right? Even though my phone doesn't have that good lighting, and I just continue walking. My own business. I just feel like, oh, the police is going to come to my door just because, oh, you shouldn't be filming this car wash. Like, really just other worse things you got to worry about. Not just someone that just wants to share around the neighborhood that they're in. It's just, it's so hard for me to actually explain this because in my state, it's a one-party state, right? I mean, I'm sure it's like this throughout the whole country. There are a dozen states or two-party states, which means if you live like in Pennsylvania or I think in California, for example, you have to get permission from the person filming. Yet again, people film out all the time, so I don't. It's a little confusing. But at least out here, I know that like you can film someone without their consent. Like, oh, do not film me, do not record me, but you can do that, especially if you're in public space, right? You're not doing anything wrong. You're not fighting with them. Which is what I did not do, and I am not the one would be, in trouble. I just wanted to share around the neighborhood, and yet again, you just tell me, oh, put your phone down. Honestly, I don't get it. Like, I'm out in public, right? This is so confusing. That's because I want to film, like, this parts of that. Like, I'm sure other people, well, they didn't say anything. They, know that I didn't meant to do anything bad. I feel like I did a crime. That's because I want to, film, like, parts of the car wash. That, like, going inside and jumping over the darn fence and, just filming inside. That'd be dumb, right? Like, I mean, it's hard to explain it, but I just had to share this because it's been bugging me, overnight. I know I shouldn't let this get to me, but for me personally, I have a lot of guilt and I have great memory. That's a curse that I live with because of my autism. I tend to play flashbacks or certain events that actually has happened to me. So I know this is a little longer than usual, but I just wanted to share this because, like, filming in public, it shouldn't be illegal. Like, it shouldn't be. And, people do this all the time, especially if you are a tourist, if you want to travel to a different country. Of course, you go to want to film. Like, there should be nothing wrong with that. Oh, honestly, it's not like you're filming someone for sexual purposes. That's way different. So, I just had to just get this out of my system because I was watching a podcast about this, or at least listening. It did help me because if you're out in public, you're not doing anything wrong. Like, if you're filming the police, you're doing nothing wrong. Even though some police, they want to be superior and tell you shouldn't be filming them, right? Because in the past, like, a little bit nervous, to film police officers because, let's just say a handful, they don't want me to film them. I don't know if I had that incident happening before, but if I did, then that's not my problem because I can, especially for them to film people by their body cams. Of course, that's part of their job. So why can't we? You're out in the public. That makes sense. So, especially the incident when I got called by the police. Like, I can film around my neighborhood. Nothing wrong with that, right? Honestly, I just feel guilty because of this, but I just wanted to share how I've been feeling lately, and if you are basically new here, my name is Dion, and I like dogs, and I cannot take it more than enough for watching this far because, well, it's not healthy to hold these emotions in. Like, it's best to believe them, so to speak. But yeah, it's just a little nuts. That's why I probably don't feel comfortable until, like, after Halloween is over to walk down to that street again, and hopefully I won't meet, like, the most nasty workers, right? So to speak, because they got sensitive over a Halloween thing. I remember even before I cut this off, that before the places, or while the place is being built, I would film parts of it, and I wouldn't get in trouble for it because, well, they're out in public, they're building a car wash, just like back in the late spring or summer, and I'm not doing anything wrong. So it's kind of funny just because of the Halloween event that they're doing, I would get in trouble for it. Like, I mean, I even film, like, people that, or at least one time, just to share, like, a new car wash that we actually have. Another one, not too far from where I live, about people just getting their car cleaned. Like, so what? It's a car wash. Like, literally. Like, people are, paying money to get their car cleaned. Just like with the Halloween thing. Well, this is a Halloween thing. Well, they get their car cleaned. I don't know. Honestly, I just find it really silly that, oh, you cannot be filming this and, this is private property. I don't know. I'm trying to let it get to me because it'd be amazing that I would get in trouble for this just because I was out in public, I was minding my own business, and, a couple kind girls that even asked if I, am sharing this on YouTube, and they were totally cool about it. That's what he should have acted. Or at least kindly tell me, like, can you not, like, film this? Thank you. I would appreciate that. But I guess because his body language, I didn't like the way he talked to me like that, so I felt really uncomfortable. I didn't argue or anything. But other than that, I just wanted to just get this off my system, and yeah, I hope I'm not a bad person for this. Honestly, I overthink a lot. I do. Ugh, it's like stepping on damn, what is it called? On Koopa shells without feeling, or no. Donkey Kong. I'm thinking on Pill Bananas that Donkey Kong has 8, right? Because every step you take, you're going to slip and fall off and make a horrible mistake. That's how I feel on a daily basis when I leave out the house. I'm rambling. I'm gonna cut this off.